What is going on, everybody? It is Lay the House, or I'm here, and I'm sharing my daily fantasy and sports betting picks and plays for this Friday, August 16th. Today, we have a ton of action. Every single baseball team has a game today, so that means there's 15 baseball games to have plays on. There's 3 WNBA games on tonight, so there's some WNBA, and then there's some soccer as well, and then as always, there's the esports, and there's just a ton of value out there on Underdog Fantasy, Prizepicks, and Sleeper, so hopefully I can bring some winners for you all. I'll be using a couple tools in this video. The first tool is called dailygrindfantasy.com or dgfantasy.com. It is a paid subscription website, and what it does is it compares the odds on Underdog Fantasy, Prizepicks, Sleeper, and all these other pick'em sites to all the other major sportsbooks out there, so like FanDuel, DraftKings, and everything. It just kind of shows you where the discounts lie on these pick'em sites. And the second website I'll be using and second tool I'll be using is oddshopper.com. Very similar tool to Daily Grind Fantasy, however, it is more specified to regular player prop picks, but it does show value for Underdog Fantasy, Prizepicks, and Sleeper, and we actually cashed in a really big sleeper play yesterday using the tool on oddshopper.com. So before we get into the plays and before we get into the tools, let's take a look at how yesterday went for myself and a bunch of members in the community by heading over to the Discord server. Now, if you're not in the Discord yet, it's free to join. It's linked in the description below and also in the pinned comment below. This is what it looks like when you get in here. Every single thing is free in the Discord, so it's unlike any other sports betting Discord out there. That is why I consider it to be the best sports betting Discord there is out there. So what it looks like here, there's a whole section of betting education. It's completely free. I have a bunch of resources for you guys to watch and read. And if you're interested in learning about more positive EV betting or just some general strategies, that is the place to be. There's a section to post all of your big wins. There's a couple sections here where I post my plays every day. I already posted a play for Underdog Fantasy as a long shot, so if you are in a Discord, you were able to get on this before the lines moved. So there's another section where I post regular sports betting picks. We have a couple other cappers who post their plays every single day, and then a whole section where you can have discussions about different sports and things like that. So let's take a look at the big wins from yesterday. So myself, I made over $325 yesterday on regular sports bets, which puts me over $1,100 on the month alone. So it's been a really good month on the regular sports bets. On the pick'em side of things, it's been pretty good as well. We had a nice win on Sleeper yesterday, $15 into $144. I had a second win on Sleeper. I believe it was like $20 into $90. I just forgot to post it on here, but we had a really big day on Sleeper yesterday. And then I also cashed a play on Underdog Fantasy the night before, which finally paid us out yesterday, which is good. And then we did cash in on the Angel Reese promo. I just forgot to post it in the Discord server as a big win. But it is here in the fantasy picks if you scroll up. This Angel Reese, Courtney Williams play we had on Underdog Fantasy did cash. So nice day for us there. Some other members in the community that had a good day. Z Taylor, who's also known as Zach Betts here in the free pick section. He had a massive day. He said he made over $207 profit today, which is really big for him. That's about 7 units. He cashed in a couple parlays. And then Skull, who is also known as Dommy Locks in the Discord, had a nice play on Parlay Play as well. So nice job to the winners. Hopefully we have a lot more of these over the weekend. So let's head over to Underdog Fantasy. The only promotions we have here are these NFL ones that I'm going to sit on for a bit. There is a 10% deposit bonus. I'm not sure if that's just for me or anyone, but they are about to sucker me into putting another $1,000 into my account just so I get the free $100 on the bonus. So if you have the deposit bonus, definitely take advantage of it and do as much as you can on it because it's essentially free money. So you might as well just give it a shot on that bonus. So we're going to head over to OddsShopper first and see what their top plays are on the Underdog Entry Builder. I'm going to refresh it quick because I pulled this up a little bit earlier. It looks like there's not too many plays right now that they consider to be positive EV. There's a few, but there's not a lot. So the Enrique Ogubowale, it's such a hard name in the WNBA, but on the Dallas Wings. Jeez, I am in shambles right now. Anyways, under 4.5 assists, it's a 1.8% EV percent, so it is pretty much the only positive EV play out there right now based on the tool on OddsShopper. Alicia Gray, under 14.5 points, solid play. Ernie Clement, under 1.5 total bases, solid also. Brianna Jones, under 14.5 points, is decent. And then Isaac Paredes, under 1.5 total bases. Those are the 5 best plays on the OddsShopper tool. Daily Grind Fantasy is going to show us a lot more plays for Underdog Fantasy, so we're going to head there. I'm going to refresh it really quick. And these are the top plays on the board. Now, you want to filter by the positive EV plays sometimes if you want. If you want to do a 3-pick non-insured, it's really not going to show you a lot of things. It might even show you nothing because it just kind of depends on the time of day. But if we go to the 6-pick insured, we've got some 4 plays that are really popping out to us as a top value on the board on Underdog Fantasy. Matt Waldron, under 25.5 fantasy score. Moon on esports, under 12.5. Headshots, Corbin Burns, under 32.5 fantasy score. And Sunjay Im, under 69 strokes in golf today. So 4 super strong values for you guys on Underdog Fantasy. Now, if you want to search, all of the plays here, we'll just filter for MLB and see what other plays are popping pretty high in the model, but they're not like as high as the Waldron and the other play there is as well. I'm going to change this to 2 minimum data points, and now let's take a look at the top here. So we got the Waldron and the Burns, obviously. These were the 2 that we mentioned before. Garrett Cole, under on the fantasy score. Isaac Paredes, under on the bases. That's a overlap from what is on OddsShopper. See, it's on both tools here. Jake Cronenworth, under 2.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Simeon Woods-Richardson, under 24.5 fantasy score. Heaney and Quantrill, under on the hits and over on the hits for Quantrill. Abrams, over on the hits, runs, and RBIs. Bellinger, under hits, runs, RBIs. And Ty France, under hits, runs, RBIs. You can keep going in the list here. Pretty much anything over like 52% is a solid play. So, ton of decent plays out there in Underdog Fantasy. But the best ones right now are those ones where it is filtered for the Underdog Fantasy 6 picks insured, because the 6 picks insured is the most value you're going to get outside of the 3-pick non-insured, or the 4-pick insured, or the 5-pick insured. So I prefer to do the 3-pick non-insured plays because I can do more of those in a volume, but I am going to start doing more of these 6-pick insured plays on Underdog Fantasy, and I'll be using the tool on Daily Grind Fantasy to try to find the top values on the board. So a play that I made already and I posted in the Discord is here on my Underdog here. I'd be shocked if most of these lines are even live anymore. Most of them probably moved at this point. I know Moon's still there. But I went with Schwellenbach, higher than 2 earned runs allowed. Ludwig Aberg, lower than 68.5 strokes. Dansby Swanson, lower than 2 hits, runs, RBIs. Ryan Nelson, lower than 2.5 earned runs allowed. Bryce Harper, higher than 2 hits, runs, and RBIs. And Moon, lower than 12.5 headshots like we saw on the play. It's a flex play, $10 a risk on it. So if we do win 6 for 6, that is $250. So that'd be a really nice win for us. But if we go 5 to 6, that's still some profit as well. And if we go 4 to 6, we'll get like $2.50 back. So it's decent. I'm not sure if it'll show the payouts here on the screen. It doesn't look like it fully does. But when you make the play on Underdog Fantasy, it will show you on the right side what the different payouts are. So those are the top plays for Underdog Fantasy. Now let's head over to Prizepicks, because it is Flex Friday on Prizepicks here. We're going to head over to the Prizepicks entry builder on Sleeper. There's been a lot of value on Prizepicks lately, and there's still a lot of value today. Looks like a tennis play here, maybe. No, that's soccer. Emerson's under 0.5 shots is a really strong play on Prizepicks. I haven't even logged into Prizepicks yet today. But I will be making a play for their Flex Friday because it's essentially a free play. So I just go all in on it, try to hit a long shot, and then we'll see what we can do. Some WNBA here. We got Howard under on the points. Rike under on the assists again. It looks like another play in soccer under 2.5 shots on Kudos Muhammad. Alicia Gray under 14.5 points. Andrew Heaney under 16.5 pitching outs. Schwellenbach under 6.5 strikeouts. Aaron Nola under 2.5 earned runs. Alicia Gray under 21.5 points, rebounds, and assists. And then Gavin Williams under 2.5 earned runs. And you can keep going down the list here. There's a lot of positive expected value plays on Prizepicks right now, based on the tool on OddsShopper. Heading over to Daily Grind Fantasy, going over to the Prizepicks tool. If it wants to load for me here, just give it a quick second. There we go. All right, so Prizepicks, positive EV plays. You want either a 5-pick flex play or a 6-pick flex play. They're essentially the same, so we'll go 5-pick. There's a handful of value here. It's mostly esports, but there is some baseball in there, and there is some other things too. Looks like there is just baseball and esports, but top plays on Prizepicks right now. Cryptic, Chiron for esports. Under on Schwellenbach's fantasy score. Under on Arias' fantasy score. Under on Burns' fantasy score. You can keep going with the esports here. And then over on George Springer's fantasy score. So that's a solid play on Prizepicks. That's at least 4 of your picks on the 5-pick flex play. But if you're doing 6, that's 4 of your 6. You can grab 2 more from the esports here. I'd probably go with Cryptic and then Chiron. Go both these here. and then that'll round out your card and have a pretty solid positive EV play on Prizepicks. So really good value on Prizepicks for Flex Friday. And then last but not least, we're going to head over to Sleeper. Sleeper's been really kind to us lately. We had some really big wins. There is some good value on Sleeper again. Matt Waldron, under 4.5 strikeouts. Michael Lorenzen, over 15.5 pitching outs. And Neka Ogumake, under 8.5 rebounds. So I would honestly just combine these three. Make it an 8.2x payout on Sleeper at 5% EV. Make this play on Sleeper. I'm actually going to go make it right now and post in the Discord server because that is where I post all of my plays. And I do want to mention, just remember to join Discord server if you're not in there yet. Completely free to join, and link is below. Best of luck on your plays today. I'm not sure if I'll have another video out today or tomorrow for tomorrow's plays or the soccer over the weekend, but I will have some soccer picks for you guys in the Discord and on Twitter, so be sure to check those out. I appreciate you guys sticking around to the end, and best of luck today. Thanks for watching.